the most out of your time at work with Karen Gately. Leadership and People Management Specialist.
And we welcome once again Karen to the show. Obviously, Karen, we're a little ways into the school term now, like about a month in.
A month? 2 weeks?
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, well, in my world, we're much further in. But of course, people are still kind of trying to establish those routines and get into the swing of things. Please help us.
Sure.
Not necessarily me, because I don't have kids, but help everyone else.
Yeah. Well, I'm relieved to hear that, because if
Yeah.
you had kids, you'd hopefully know exactly when the school
Right,
year
that's true. Yeah.
kicks off again.
That's the biggest red flag we've had this morning.
Well, absolutely. You know, it's a reality for many people as working parents, you know. I certainly know that the traffic is considerably
Yes.
easier to get through when it's school holidays.
Yeah.
And everybody gets back onto the road and, you know, try to get kids ready for school
Yeah.
and you into the workplace. And I think, you know, one of the most important things, as you pointed out in the introduction, is the routine.
Yeah.
And it's that re-establishing of, you know, how do we actually get out of the house on time? How
Yeah.
do we actually get all of these things done and get ourselves to work?
I was speaking to a fellow parent in the schoolyard last week, Karen, and they are in a situation where their older child has just graduated to the next level of schooling. So they've gone to middle school, so they're at a different location.
Yeah,
and all of a sudden
tricky.
it's thrown their routine completely out of whack because they've got 2 school runs to make,
Yeah,
there's more traffic.
different locations.
And they've got to work that out with their own job. How much do you find that people are really struggling at this time of year to re-establish a brand new routine?
Yeah, look, I think that's absolutely right. As you point out, you know, kids do graduate and move on to new schools, etc. And I think it was incredibly common. What I observe is that there's probably not the level of conversation that needs to be had around that ahead of time to prepare for that. So, you know, having conversations with our boss, for example, about, okay, we're going into, you know, 2 weeks of new school routine.
Yep.
So, you know, I've got a child starting in year 7, for example, or I've got a child starting in prep, or whatever the case may be. Helping your employer to know that, you know, now is a kind of re-establish those routines time, and certainly with kids, you know, there might be periods of really settling them in, and which, you know, in of itself can make it a little bit challenging to be, you know, consistent, if you like, in the workplace. So I think it's important to have those conversations. Obviously, we're not asking our employer to, you know, fix the problem for us. You know, clearly we've still got an obligation.
I mean, maybe you've got a car he could send.
Who
Just
knows?
one of the kids to school.
Wouldn't that be nice?
That's right. Send the company car and the driver. But no, obviously you're still wanting to demonstrate that you are committed to being at work on time, being focused and all the rest of it. But what you're asking for is that flexibility and awareness. So during this period, there could be a few bumps in the road, if you like, as we establish ourselves. Yeah.
And what if you do come up against a boss who is unmoving? What if he's like a mountain?
Just doesn't want to be flexible at all.
Doesn't want to roll over for you.
Yeah, look, I think, you know, that's, as we've talked about often on the segment, you know, it really comes down to choices you need to make. That clearly, if you've got a boss who's really inflexible, then you're going to have to work hard to have arrangements in place that allow you to get across the line. So whether or not it's that, you know, very helpful mother-in-law or mum or whoever it is that's helping us to have those routines. But at the end of the day, if you know, for example, have a young family and you have a completely inflexible boss, then that's a long, hard road. You know, I think
not really conducive to healthy happiness, is it?
No, exactly. So I think whilst it may sound idealistic, what we are looking for is an employer who at least has that baseline respect for the fact that you are a parent and you do have priorities and obligations quite reasonably that you need to meet. So, you know, again, if that's the case, then you're just hitting a brick wall in their understanding, then again, it's challenging, am I in the right place ultimately?
Well, to all those working parents out there, we are with you. Hopefully there's some good advice there for you. Karen, we'll catch up with you again next Monday, talking about working from home, which is my worst nightmare because I would be distracted 100% of the time.
You're distracted enough at work.
We'll catch you next Monday, Karen.
Thank you.